What is going on, you guys? This is Erica's for the win. I wanted to talk about this game, Lost Soul Aside, otherwise known as one of the most slept on games at PSX. This game had two TVs set up with two small lines. Like, it wasn't packed at all. It was kind of one of those booths that you kind of had to walk by and notice, otherwise you wouldn't even know. Like, you wouldn't even know this game existed or it was there. It's kind of surprising that Sony, they had their PSX opening show where it was like this sit-down chit-chat, making me fall asleep kind of show, and they didn't really have new trailers and things like that. Why did they not show this game? This game is awesome. Like, it looks awesome, it plays awesome. For the most part, I'm gonna talk about some of the controls. They're a bit funky. But other than that, look at this game. Like, it looks awesome. So we saw this on the floor, I believe on Sunday. I don't even think I saw it on Saturday, but on Sunday we were walking around and we saw this game and we had to play it. It was on, it was small lines, like nobody was looking at this game. It was like the most slept on thing. So I got in line and you can see right here, this is the footage of me playing the game. Let's talk about it for a second. So as you can see right off the bat, you're probably thinking to yourselves that this looks a lot like a Devil May Cry kind of game. And that's the same thought I had going in. With the name Lost Souls aside, I kind of thought in my head, okay, souls. Every time there's a name that has souls in it, I automatically just think Dark Souls, right? I mean, that's kind of, it's natural at this point. And so I thought, oh, maybe this is kind of a cross in between. But really, it's not. It's, as far as the combat goes, it's definitely more of like a Devil May Cry because you have the combos, you have where you can jump in the air and keep fighting in the air, you can have these crazy dashes, and you can maneuver pretty quickly. It's not so much rolling or something like that, it's more of the dash. That's really what is important in this game. What kind of got me thinking it could be a little Soulsborne-ish was when the boss came out. The boss could easily be in a Bloodborne or a Dark Souls, just the way it moved, the way it sounded, how much damage it put in, because every time I would get caught, I mean, he really did a lot of damage. So the challenge was definitely up there. I did die. I did not beat the boss. And it's funny too, because after, when you're done and you didn't defeat the boss, the woman there that's standing, kind of overseeing this whole booth, she reaches for my hand and she marks a big L on my hand. I should have asked her. I should have been like, is that supposed to be an L? Like, did you just give me an L right now? Because she literally wrote that on my hand. I have pictures of it. So that was funny. But yeah, overall, I just want to talk about the game and just how fluid it feels. It feels very fluid in motion as far as like what you're seeing, what you're experiencing. The only issues I kind of had with this game, and this is pre-alpha by the way, this is not anywhere near done. I heard that this gameplay was actually made specifically for PSX. Like, this might not even be in the full game when it releases. So this is very early in development. But even so, I felt like the gameplay, how it looked and felt, it felt fluid. But the only thing was the controls. Okay, I'm gonna explain a couple things. So the left trigger, L2, is for block, but it's also for dash. So in order to dash, you would hold down block and at the same time move the left stick. The only problem with that is that if you didn't move the left stick right away, and that happened to me a few times, I would get stuck in block. And that got me hurt. That actually got me to get hit by the boss and get into trouble. So what I figured out is that it's better to just use the, I don't want to call, is it called Ghost Dash? It's called like Super Dash or something like that. It's where you hit, I believe, square and X. It's two buttons at once, which some people thought that was weird as well. The people, the friends I was playing with, they thought that was weird. They didn't really like that. For me personally, I didn't mind that as like the Super Dash. Obviously you're going to cover more ground. It's better to use. So hitting two buttons for me wasn't a big deal. My issue was that left trigger and that being just the normal dash. That to me felt odd. The other thing about it too, when it comes to both of these dashes, The circle button is basically used for nothing on its own. When it's just hit on its own, nothing really happens. As far as I know, I didn't really use it. So in my mind, I was thinking that could have easily have been the normal dash. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't just use that button for it, because for the Dragon Bite, I believe it's called, it's like a super move, or a powerful move, you would use triangle and circle. So you're having to hit 2 buttons for these other moves. So I don't know why they wouldn't just have circle on its own to be dash or block or something just on its own. That was kind of odd to me. But other than that, as far as attacking, somebody on Twitter, they asked me, is it a button mash fest? And yeah, because square is attack. And you're going to be, you know, punching that thing like crazy because that's what you got to do. So yeah, there is a good amount of button mashing in this game and hack and slashing. That's definitely going on. But I think the more that, you know, if I had a better chance to play more of this game, I think I would figure out a lot more combos and maneuvers and all of these things that would make it kind of, you know, switch up. Because when I was playing, you know, I was just hacking and slashing. I was just kind of worried about dodging. I was trying to get that down. I was just trying to survive. I think if I played it more, it would open up the gameplay. I think I can see it really opening up, is what I'm trying to say. So, what else do I want to mention? If you guys were curious about this game, I hope you enjoyed this footage. I had a great time playing this game. I want more. Like I said, I think this game is very, very early. If they play their cards right and, you know, they don't F up the controls too bad, maybe they switch a few things around, it would be a good time. I really had a good time playing this demo. It was one of the best I played over the weekend, and it's a sleeper for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, if you've been watching this game, if you've never heard of it, or maybe you've heard of the name and you've never seen the gameplay like like me, like what I was feeling. I was like, man, I've heard this name, but I've never seen the gameplay. What's going on, Sony? We need some more focus on this. This is a nice little gem you got going here. So I'm glad I got to play it. It was a good time. Thanks again for watching, you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.